All right, so you've booked that trip, to an English-speaking country.
Yeah.
And you're a little worried about the language barrier.
Of course.
Well, we are diving deep today into essential English phrases for travel. They help make your experience so much smoother, more enjoyable. All those little situations that you might find yourself in where you're not sure how to say something or you're worried about,
Yeah, for sure.
misunderstandings.
Absolutely.
We're going to talk about all of that today.
Right.
We'll cover airports, hotels, restaurants, shopping, even emergency situations.
Very important.
So this will be really valuable to you.
Yes.
And we're going to give you not just, phrases, but really like
Exactly.
examples of how to use them, tips.
And how to feel comfortable using them.
Exactly.
Because that's really the key.
Yes.
Having those phrases at your fingertips can make all the difference. It's not about being fluent.
Yeah.
It's about feeling confident enough to communicate.
Exactly.
To ask for what you need to, get the information you need and really enjoy that travel experience.
Yes. So let's jump right in.
Let's do it.
Okay. You've just landed.
Right.
You're at the airport.
Yeah.
It's busy. Maybe you're a little jet lagged.
Yeah.
A little overwhelmed.
It happens.
And you need to find the check-in counter.
Okay.
So instead of wandering around,
Right.
looking lost,
Looking confused.
you can just confidently walk up and say,
Yes.
I'd like to check in for my flight to, and then your destination.
Exactly. Having that phrase ready,
Yes.
along with your boarding pass and ID,
Of course.
can really just make things so much smoother. And while you're there, if you're hoping for a specific seat, like a window seat or an aisle seat, don't hesitate to ask.
Right.
Is it possible to get a window or aisle seat?
It's like magic.
Yeah, it can work wonders.
I can't tell you how many times I've done that. Now, it doesn't always work.
Yeah. Of course not.
Airlines sometimes have their own policies.
Right. They do.
But it's always worth asking.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's talk about baggage fees.
Oh, yes.
Because I've had that experience where I get to the counter
Right.
and I'm hit with all these fees that I didn't know about.
It's the worst.
And it's so frustrating.
Yes.
So to avoid that, you can proactively ask
Exactly.
before you even get to the counter, what is your policy on checked baggage?
Yes, it's so important because those baggage fees, they can really sneak up on you. They vary so much between airlines and countries, so it's best to be prepared to know what to expect.
Exactly.
Before you even approach the counter.
Okay, so we've checked in.
Yes.
We've dealt with our baggage.
We're good.
Now we are at security.
All right.
The security line can be a little bit,
Okay, it can be stressful.
stressful, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to remember, liquids, electronics, shoes, belts.
Exactly.
It's a lot.
It is.
So
Yeah.
instead of trying to remember all the rules, you can just ask,
Exactly.
do I need to remove my shoes?
Perfect.
Do I need to remove my belt?
Yes, just ask.
Simple questions. But it's so much better
Yes.
than,
Than guessing
guessing. Yeah.
and potentially getting it wrong.
Or like holding up the line.
Exactly.
Because you're not sure.
Nobody wants to be that person.
Exactly.
So just ask and they'll let you know.
And don't forget to say thank you.
Oh, yes. Always be polite.
Yes.
Little courtesy goes a long way.
It really does.
Especially in a potentially tense situation like airport security.
Yeah. Even if you're feeling stressed, just be polite.
It makes a difference.
It makes a difference for everyone.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you've made it through security.
We're doing well.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
Now you need to find your gate.
Right.
And let's say, you're in one of those massive airports
Oh, yeah.
where the gates are like miles apart.
It happens.
You have no idea where you're going.
Right.
Well, the first thing you want to do is check the airport monitors.
Absolutely. They're usually pretty strategically placed throughout the terminal.
Yeah.
So you can get a general sense of where you need to go. And, before you even approach airport staff for help,
Yeah.
glance at those screens.
Right.
Get an idea of your gate's general direction.
Okay.
That way you can ask a more specific question.
Yeah, because, those airport staff, they're busy.
They have so many passengers to help.
So if you can be, have a little bit of information before you even approach them,
Right.
it makes it so much easier for everyone.
It makes their job easier, and it makes your experience smoother.
So let's say you've checked the monitors.
Yeah.
You still can't find your gate.
You need a little extra help.
Now what?
Now you ask, excuse me, could you tell me how to get to gate and then your gate number?
So you've got that gate number handy.
Exactly.
And again, just being polite.
Yes. always be polite.
Using that, excuse me.
It goes a long way.
Yeah.
And be specific instead of just saying, where's my gate?
Yeah.
Give them that gate number.
That's helpful.
It helps them to help you.
Yeah. And there are often maps too.
Oh, yeah. Those airport maps can be lifesavers.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're a little confusing.
They can be.
But if you can get your hands on one,
yeah,
it can really help you to visualize where you need to go.
Okay. And one last tip for navigating the airport.
Right.
Many airports now have their own apps.
Yes, they do.
Download that app.
It's like having a personal airport guide in your pocket.
Yeah.
You can get maps, real-time flight updates. Yeah. You can even find restaurants and shops within the airport.
Amazing.
Super helpful.
Okay, you found your gate.
We're doing great.
You are doing great. But now you're hungry.
Of course.
You need a pre-flight snack or maybe a coffee.
All right, so we're heading to the food court.
Right.
Or one of those little airport cafes.
Yeah. And those can be a little intimidating.
They can be, especially if you're not sure how to order.
Yeah.
Or if the menus are in English.
Right.
And you're not quite sure what everything is.
Yeah, so let's say you want to get a coffee.
Okay, classic airport coffee.
Right.
So instead of just saying coffee, please.
Yeah, which could be anything.
Right, it could be anything. Yeah. Try being a little more specific.
Right.
Could I please get a large latte? Or can I have a cappuccino with an extra shot of espresso?
Ooh, I like that.
Be specific about what you want.
Yeah.
And it'll make the whole process much smoother.
And then, of course, you've got to have a pastry to go with that coffee.
Oh, of course, those airport pastries, they can be so tempting.
Yeah.
So, if you're eyeing a particular treat,
don't
be afraid to just point and say, could I also get that croissant, please?
Perfect.
Sometimes nonverbal communication is just as effective.
Right.
Especially in those situations where you're not quite sure how to say the word.
Okay, so we fueled up.
We're fueled up.
We've got our coffee. We've got our pastry.
We're ready to go.
We are ready for our flight.
Yes.
All right, so we've successfully navigated the airport.
We have.
Using a few key phrases.
Just a few key phrases.
But that's just the beginning.
Yes.
From here, we'll explore how to master those essential phrases.
Exactly.
For transportation, hotels, restaurants.
We got a lot to cover.
And more.
Stay tuned.
Okay, so we've conquered the airport.
Yes, we have.
Now it's time to tackle transportation.
All right.
So you've landed in a new city.
Yeah.
You're eager to explore. But first, you need to figure out how to get from point A to point B.
Absolutely.
And whether you're taking a taxi.
Yeah.
Or navigating the public transport system.
Right.
Or maybe trying out a ride-sharing service.
Yeah.
Having the right phrases can really make all the difference.
It really can. Transportation is often where communication can be the trickiest, especially in a foreign country.
Right.
But a little preparation goes a long way.
Okay, so let's start with taxis.
All right.
You've just grabbed your luggage.
Okay.
You've stepped outside the arrivals terminal.
Yeah.
And there's a line of taxis waiting.
All right.
What do you do?
So before you even approach a taxi,
right,
have your destination clearly in mind.
Right.
And if possible, written down or saved on your phone.
Okay, good tip.
This will just avoid any confusion or mispronunciations.
Right, especially if you're dealing with street names or landmarks that you're not familiar with.
You can't even pronounce.
Yeah.
So have it written down.
Okay, so you've got your destination.
Yeah.
You approach the taxi driver.
Okay.
What do you say?
A simple, can you take me? And then your destination, please. Works every time.
Easy.
And here's a crucial tip.
Okay.
Especially if you're unfamiliar with the city.
Yeah.
Always confirm the approximate cost before getting in.
Yes.
Because you don't want any surprises.
Oh, I've had those surprises.
Yeah, they're not fun.
Not fun at all.
So just to avoid that, you can simply ask, how much will it cost to get to? And then your destination.
Okay.
That way you know what you're getting into.
You can always, maybe negotiate a little bit or decide if you want to take a different form of transportation.
Right, or find a different taxi.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
All right, taxi situation handled.
We did it.
But now let's say you want to try the local bus or train system.
Okay.
You're feeling adventurous.
All right.
You want to experience the city like a local.
I love it.
But it can be a little daunting.
It can be.
Especially if you don't know the routes or the schedules.
Right.
So what do?
Well, a little pre-trip research goes a long way.
Oh, always.
Yes. So many cities now have excellent websites or apps for their public transportation systems.
So helpful.
So familiarizing yourself with the routes, the schedules, the fare options beforehand can really save you a lot of time and potential headaches.
Okay, so you've done your research.
Right.
You have a general idea of the bus or train line you need.
Yeah.
You're standing at the bus stop or the train station.
Okay.
Now what?
Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
Public transportation staff are usually very helpful, especially with tourists.
They're used to it.
They are.
Yeah.
So if you're unsure if you're on the right platform,
right,
or if a particular bus goes to your destination,
okay,
just ask, does this bus or train go to? And then your destination.
Simple.
Easy.
Okay, and what about ticket machines?
Oh, yeah.
Those can be intimidating.
They can be, especially if they're in a language you don't understand.
Right, and there are so many buttons and options.
So many options.
Sometimes, yeah.
But most of them have language options.
Oh, okay.
So look for a button or an icon that indicates language settings.
Okay.
And switch it to English if available.
Right.
If you're still struggling, don't hesitate to approach a staff member and say, could you help me buy a ticket to... and then your destination.
Perfect.
They'll be happy to help.
Okay, now what about transfers?
Oh, transfers.
Because those can be really confusing.
They can be.
You know, you're on one line, you have to switch to another.
Right.
You're not sure where to go.
Yeah, that's where having a map or a transportation app can be really helpful. But even with those tools, it's always a good idea to double check with staff.
Okay.
So you can say, do I need to transfer to get to and then your destination?
All right, so you've successfully navigated
We did it.
public transportation.
Yes.
You're feeling like a local.
Blending in.
You've arrived at your hotel.
Right.
Bags in tow.
Yeah.
Ready to check in.
Time to relax.
Freshen up.
Yeah.
And, you know, most hotels have staff who speak English.
They do.
But it's still helpful to have a few key phrases ready.
It can make things so much smoother, more efficient.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, when you're tired from traveling.
Right.
You just want to get to your room.
Okay, so you're at the reception desk.
Right.
What's your opening line?
I have a reservation under the name and then your name.
Classic. It works like a charm.
And of course, have your confirmation handy.
Yes, either printed or on your phone.
Yes.
Just in case there are any discrepancies.
All right, now what about special requests?
Okay.
Like if you want a room with a view.
Yes.
Or extra towels.
Absolutely.
Is it okay to ask for those things?
Of course, hotels are all about hospitality. They want to make their guests feel comfortable.
Right.
So don't hesitate to politely make your requests.
You could say, if possible, could I have a room with a view?
Okay.
Or would it be possible to get some extra towels?
I love those phrases.
Yeah.
If possible.
So polite.
Would it be possible?
It just shows respect.
Yes.
You know, and it goes a long way.
It really does.
In any cross-cultural interaction.
All right. So you've checked in.
We're in.
You're settled in your room.
Yeah.
Now it's time to explore the city's culinary scene.
Right.
Food is such a big part of the travel experience.
It is.
You know, it's a chance to savor new flavors, immerse yourself in the local culture.
Absolutely.
But ordering food in another language can be a little intimidating.
It can be.
So let's break it down.
All right, let's do it.
You found a charming little restaurant.
Okay.
You're seated at a table. The waiter approaches with the menu.
All right.
And you're ready to order.
Yeah.
But the menu's in English.
Okay.
And some of the dishes sound...
You have no idea what they are.
A little unfamiliar.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Don't panic.
Okay.
Waiters are there to help you navigate the menu. So if you're unsure about a particular dish, just ask, could you please tell me more about this dish?
Okay.
They'll be happy to explain it to you.
And what about dietary restrictions?
Oh, yes.
Because, you know...
Very important.
A lot of people have dietary restrictions these days.
Whether it's vegetarian, vegan.
Allergies.
Allergies, exactly.
So how do you communicate that?
It's crucial to communicate those needs up front.
Right.
So you can use phrases like, I'm vegetarian. Do you have any vegetarian options?
Okay.
Or, I have a nut allergy. Could you please tell me which dishes are nut-free?
So important.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
For your safety and for your enjoyment of the meal.
Okay. And sometimes, you know, you might want to clarify something on the menu.
Right.
Like maybe a dish sounds incredibly spicy.
Yeah.
And you're not sure if you can handle the heat.
Don't be afraid to ask for clarification. You can say something like, is this dish very spicy?
Okay.
It's always better to be safe than sorry.
Yes. Especially when it comes to spicy food.
Especially spicy food.
All right. So you've ordered your meal.
We did it.
You've enjoyed a delicious culinary adventure.
Yes.
You're feeling very satisfied.
Full and happy.
And now it's time to pay the bill.
Okay.
So what's the most polite way to request the check?
When you're ready to pay, you can simply catch the waiter's eye and say, "Could I have the bill, please?"
Okay.
Yeah, easy.
And before you pull out your credit card or your cash,
Yes.
it's always a good idea to ask,
What's that?
do you take credit cards?
Oh, yes, because you don't want to assume.
No.
And then be caught in a situation where they only take cash.
Right.
It's always best to check.
Yes, and also tipping customs
Oh, yes.
can vary widely.
Around the world.
Yeah.
So if you're unsure about the tipping etiquette in the country you're visiting,
Right.
a discreet "is service included" can clarify things for you.
All right, so we have navigated transportation.
We have.
We've checked into our hotel.
Yeah.
And we have enjoyed a delicious meal.
We're doing great.
We are doing great.
Yes.
Feeling like a travel pro yet?
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But hold on tight.
Okay.
Because next we're diving into the exciting world of shopping.
Right.
From bustling markets to charming boutiques.
Let's go.
Okay, so we've tackled transportation, we've checked into our hotel, and we've even navigated a restaurant menu.
We're on a roll.
We are now get ready for some retail therapy.
All right.
Whether you're browsing those bustling markets for unique souvenirs or strolling through, those chic boutiques for the latest fashions shopping in a new country.
Right.
It'd be such a fun experience.
It is. It's a great way to engage with local culture and bring home a piece of your travels.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it can also be a little daunting if you're not sure how to communicate your needs.
Exactly.
Or ask about prices.
Yeah. Especially in a foreign language.
Right. So let's start with those.
Okay.
Vibrant, chaotic, utterly charming markets.
I love a good market.
I love exploring markets when I travel.
Me too.
They're just a sensory overload in the best possible way.
It's so true.
You've got those colorful textiles, exotic spices, handcrafted jewelry. It's amazing.
Yeah, markets are treasure troves of unique finds.
They are, but they can also be a little overwhelming.
They can be.
Especially if you're not sure how to navigate the bargaining process or ask about prices.
Yeah, because sometimes there are no price tags.
Right.
And you're kind of left wondering, how much is this?
Okay, imagine you're weaving through that crowded market. You spot the perfect souvenir.
Okay.
Maybe it's a beautiful scarf or a hand-painted ceramic bowl.
I love those.
You pick it up, you admire it, and then you realize
there's no price tag.
There's no price tag.
What do you do?
What do you do?
This is where those essential English phrases come in handy.
Yeah.
Instead of fumbling for words or resorting to, awkward gestures.
Right.
Just politely ask, "How much is this?"
Simple.
Easy.
And what about if you're looking for something specific?
Okay.
But you're not seeing it on display.
Right.
Like you're looking for a particular size.
Yeah.
Or a color.
Don't be afraid to ask.
Okay.
Shopkeepers are usually happy to help you find what you're looking for. Yeah. So you can try phrases like, "Do you have this in a smaller or larger size?" Or "Do you have this in a different color?"
Okay.
They might have it in the back, or, they might be able to order it for you.
And what about trying things on?
Oh, yes. Trying things on is crucial.
Because
especially for clothing and shoes.
Made that mistake.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Where I buy something and then get home and it doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit at all.
Yes.
So always try things on. Yes. Just to make sure the fit is right before you make that purchase.
So you can just ask, can I try this on?
Perfect.
Okay.
Easy.
So we've mastered market shopping.
We have.
Now let's move on to those more upscale boutiques or department stores.
Right.
The vibe is definitely different.
It is a little more refined.
Right.
Yeah.
But those essential phrases, they're still your secret weapon.
Absolutely.
To a successful shopping experience.
In boutiques or department stores, you'll often encounter sales assistants who are eager to help you find what you're looking for.
Yes.
So don't hesitate to engage them in conversation.
Okay.
Ask for assistance.
What are some good phrases?
If you're looking for something specific, you can try phrases like, "I'm looking for a new dress for a special occasion."
Yeah.
Or, "Could you help me find a gift for my friend?"
Perfect.
Just give them an idea of what you're looking for.
And then if you need a different size, or you want to see if something comes in a different color,
you can ask, "Do you have this in a size?" and then your size.
Or, "Does this come in any other colors?"
Okay.
It's easy.
Shopping bags are full.
Yes.
It's time to shift gears from retail therapy to exploring the city.
Okay.
Those iconic landmarks, hidden gems, cultural hotspots.
Sightseeing. It's the best.
And this is where those phrases for asking directions, clarifying information, navigating transportation,
absolutely,
really come in handy.
Because you're out and about.
Yeah.
You're exploring. You're likely to need those phrases.
Okay, so picture this. You're standing on a bustling street corner.
All right.
You've got a map that seems to have a mind of its own.
I've been there.
And you're trying to find your way to that must-see museum.
Right.
Don't panic.
No.
Locals are often more than happy.
They are.
To point you in the right direction.
They love to help tourists.
So how do you approach someone for directions?
A polite... Excuse me.
Okay.
Could you tell me how to get to, and then the landmark or attraction? Perfect. And then what if...
Yeah.
You're not sure you understood the directions correctly.
Don't be afraid to ask for clarification.
Right.
You could say, could you repeat that, please?
Nope.
Or, I'm not sure I understood. Could you please show me on the map?
Okay, so you're not afraid to ask for help.
No, ask away.
Yeah.
People are generally happy to help.
And what about if you're trying to figure out the best way to get somewhere?
Okay.
Like, should you take the bus, the train, a taxi?
You can ask, what's the best way to get to, and then the landmark or attraction?
Okay.
Or is it better to take the bus or the train?
All right, so you've successfully navigated your way.
We did it.
To that must-see museum.
Yeah.
You've admired the exhibits.
Yes.
You've soaked up the history and culture.
Yeah.
And now disaster strikes.
Oh, no.
You've lost your wallet.
It's a traveler's worst nightmare.
It is.
But don't worry.
Okay.
Even in stressful situations like this, knowing the right English phrases can help you get the assistance you need.
Okay, so panic is setting in.
Take a deep breath.
Okay, deep breaths.
Stay calm.
Okay.
And then if you're in a public place, approach a staff member or someone who looks like they might be able to help.
Right.
And you can say, excuse me, I've lost my wallet. Could you please help me? And be prepared to provide details about where you think you might have lost it.
Right.
What it looks like.
And then, of course, you need to contact your bank or your credit card company.
Absolutely.
To report the loss.
As soon as possible.
All right. So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From navigating airports and transportation.
Yeah.
To ordering food, shopping, sightseeing.
We did it all.
Even handling emergencies.
We're prepared for anything.
We are feeling empowered.
I feel empowered.
Me too.
Yeah.
But remember, language learning is an ongoing journey.
It is.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Right.
Ask for help. Embrace the learning process.
Every interaction is a chance to learn and grow.
Exactly.
Yes.
So as you embark on your next adventure, remember that language is not just a tool for communication.
Right.
It's a key.
It unlocks so many doors.
That unlocks a world of possibilities.
Exactly.
Well said. So, dear listeners, pack your bags, grab your passports, and don't forget those essential English phrases.
They'll be your best friend.
They will be your trusted companions on your journey.
Absolutely.
Helping you navigate the world with confidence and create memories.
Yes.
That will last a lifetime.
Beautiful.
Until next time, happy travel.
Happy travels.